Welcome back to watching film. Week 1, USF against Citadel. The Bulldogs are coming into Tampa with a triple option offense. So, what do they do on defense? Well, their defensive coordinator is Tony Grantham, brother of Todd Grantham, the Florida defensive coordinator. They're both known for being pretty aggressive. You may have heard the term third and Grantham. That's because Todd has been known to be hyper aggressive on third downs and maybe give up a few uh, third and longs to some people. So there is a term third and Grantham you may hear. But he also has consistently very good defenses. So his brother runs a similar system. I think he's pretty aggressive as well. 3-4 base. You can see here you got 3 down, walk up, backer here, and then backer, possibly other backer out there. This could be how they play 3-by-1, 2 out of the box. But they play some funky stuff. So we're going to kind of go through it and show what kind of aggressive stuff they like to do. We're going to start off with something a lot of people like to bring from the boundary, especially at the college level, is the corner blitz from the boundary. One thing Citadel loves to do is they like to move a lot up front. So you'll see them move right here. They get the Georgia Tech slide coming this way. But you see on the first step, I'm trying to go around the tackle, get him to open up wide. I'm going to try to go inside, see if I can occupy the eyes of these two. If I can occupy the eyes of the guard and center, well, there's going to be a big gap there, and that's where the corner is coming. So this is just window dressing to kind of get this corner hopefully free. You know, somebody's going to go free if they mess up the slide. He's coming inside. So he's going to go wide, and then the corner is going to come in here and go right in the middle, right between them. So you're kind of 3-on-2 is what the idea is, what you're hoping to get. And Citadel gets it. They don't get the quarterback, but they kind of rush the throw here. So you can see his eyes went inside. He's widening with him. He's got eyes on him. Now the corner is going to get an open lane here. He gets totally tackled and possibly clotheslined. That move might be illegal in the WWE now. But he flushes the quarterback out. The quarterback's able to make a play with his legs, but he has to get off the spot there and isn't able to make the throw. Another thing you'll notice here with this corner blitz, it's almost like they're playing a version of Tampa 2. This safety, he's kind of a safety. He's going to roll down, and it looks like play the flat here as he goes inside. It looks like he rolls over the top. He goes back and plays deep half on that side. It looks like you have a pipe player. I believe it's him running the pipe, and then you have a flat player over here is what it appears to be. We don't have the entire film. We don't have the all 22, but that's what it looks like. So it looks like they blitz a corner and then rolled into like a Tampa 2 type look. So they're going to change up coverage and do some interesting stuff with coverage. Show 2 high, play it like 1 high. Show 1 high, play it like 2 high. So they're going to give the USF quarterback something to look at. Here's another way they're kind of messing with your protection, right? We're showing blitz from this side. I think you get a slide this way. I think you might get a 3-man slide that way. The back stepping up in the B gap here, because the offensive line has to account for all these guys potentially from him over. Those are 4 potential rushers right here. You have upper line of scrimmage 2, and he walks up late. So this side you have 4 potential rushers. You have 2 over here with the late walk up. So you're going to slide that way. So most of the line's protection will be this way. That's what we want to slide that way. So these guys are gonna protect. They'll be peeking towards the left side, and you keep some back for the other side. So right here you get the three-man slide going that way. And then you get some movement up front. Here, I'm going to just try to jump between the guard and tackle right there. I'm showing up on the line of scrimmage, so this guard has to have eyes on me, or at least peek for me. I'm going to drop out. Then right here, I'm going to loop around just in case the guard goes with this first guy. And then I'll bring the corner off the edge. So again, it's kind of a 3-on-2, like the last play where we had a 3-on-2 look. The guard goes with him. The tackle gets eaten up because this guy's going right into the tackle. So he's going to engage the tackle, so he has no choice. The guard's eyes go with him. The looper comes in here. Looks like he's in good shape to be untouched. The back does a good job stepping up, but now there's nobody for him, and I've got a free shot. I miss, but my friends come and help me. Another great scheme, especially on third down. So this is a 3rd and 7. You notice the play before was a 3rd down as well. So it's going to be some pressure on 3rd down. That's how you get a 3rd and Grantham, by bringing the heat and somebody missing. But it can also cause this kind of stuff where you get havoc, you cause a sack, and you get off the field. Here's another example of them using movement up front. So right here, he's going to try to go through the center here to the guard. And then I'm going to wrap around here. Again, forcing the quarterback to use his legs. And again, on a 3rd down here. But just, that's a simple move. And then I can show, drop out, and then if the back stays in, maybe I can add on late. So there's the add-on coming in late. They don't contain the pocket. Let the quarterback get out there. So what I mean by an add-on is sometimes we'll have a guy kind of watching the back. He's got the back. He's responsible for the back. If the back stays in to block, he's part of the pass protection scheme, this guy will add on late as a blitzer. So it'll look like a delayed blitz, but it's basically, okay, the guy that I'm supposed to guard isn't going out for a pass, so I'll just add in. And so we'll just add in an extra blitzer towards the end there. They give up the edge and allow him to get a 1st down, but they're not making life comfortable on this guy. 1st and 10, this is late in the game here. You see a minute left. Citadel actually has the lead. Georgia Tech's driving to try to score a touchdown or a field goal to extend it overtime, a touchdown to win it. And both sides, you just get a little movement. Here, trying to take up 2 guys. Same thing up here, I believe. Or they flip it. But same idea. I'm trying to draw eyes. If I can draw eyes and get one of those guys free, now I only have to rush 4. And I'm getting there. And it looks like they have a spy or the add-on guy right here. So he'll kind of have eyes on the back. The back stays in to protect. Now I'm going to add on. So that's a simple thing, simple movement. That's not real hard. It's not a crazy play call, but it can give an offensive line problems, especially early in the season. So hopefully USF is ready for this type of movement. Here it is again. They're going to bring the corner off the edge here. But this is where you can get caught out, right? So it's the same idea as before. I'm going to take him wide. I'm going to go inside. Corner's going to try to split the difference. But if your quarterback can keep his wits about him and your back is getting out, well, now that corner blitzed, his eyes are on my other receiver here. Just drop it to your back. He's got room to run, and he gets out of bounds. So this is late in the game. This is key. Bring the heat, but if you can keep your head about you, there's going to be options. So USF's going to have some opportunity to make some big plays, but their quarterbacks are going to have to keep their head about them if there's pressure. The line's going to have to really be conscious of where these guys are coming from. And if they do bring a blitz, well, you got to hit, whoever's hot. You got to hit somebody that's open. If they're bringing guys, you're going to have main coverage, or you may have somebody totally busting and get a guy open. So you got to be able to find that guy. So some of the interesting stuff they're doing is it looks almost like they're playing a robber coverage, where it looks like one high. So right here, it looks like a cover 3, where it would be deep third, deep third, deep third. But the way they're playing, it's hard to see exactly. This is a pretty decent look at it. But what it appears they're doing is they're almost playing deep half, and then this guy is the robber. So he can kind of play a little more flat-footed. If he sees run, he can get up in the box and play run. If he sees pass, he can get depth or rob, crossing routes. If he sees a cross route, he can try to rob it. So I think, based on this and a couple other, they're playing robber. It could just be cover 3, but the way the safety's playing, you see how he's downhill? He's not getting depth on the first step. These guys are getting a little more depth. And they're also turning and facing inside, trying to move, kind of push everything inside of them. That makes me believe they might be playing robber. Now what happens is if you mess up here and this guy doesn't get depth and you can hold him with this receiver's route, is now this guy may be able to spring open, which is what happens here. You see it's the corner that gets over the top, but he's late. And if that safety's going to be that flat-footed and he gets held by a play-action fake, well, now it's just a race to this space right here. And if you have a decent athlete, he should win that race. They do. But an even better ball and a better athlete there, which I don't know if USF has one, but they've got some pretty quick guys coming back and coming into through the transfer portal. If you get a good ball out there, that could be something that goes. So they'll play some funky stuff, but there are, kind of holes in it, holes you could exploit. And here's another one. I think they're playing triangle, which is a kind of a version of quarters. That's going to be manned up here. When people see too high a lot, now he's already started to rotate a little bit. When people see too high a lot, they'll try to sneak somebody down the middle. So one way teams have combated that is by having this safety. Let's say he's hash safety. We use hash, but the ball's on the hash. But, he's over here. You got a wide safety. Your safety on the back side. They'll have him watch number 3. So this safety's actually got eyes on number 3. So if he goes vertical and tries to split it, he's there for that. Some people call it different things. I've heard it called triangle. But so he's got eyes on 3. Is what it looks like. You can kind of see him peeking. But here's what Citadel is not great at. They weren't unbelievable in defense last year. Sometimes you're aggressive because you have to be, and you're trying to manufacture stuff because you can't just stand toe-to-toe. They struggled a little bit in the open field and tackling. Georgia Tech just wasn't very good on offense. But there's a later game they had against Samford, who throws the ball, and I think they have a quarterback a lot of people know. And I think it was 60-something to 50-something. It got into overtime. It was a wild game. So this isn't an unbelievable defense that's coming back. They have some good players, but I think they try to mask it with scheme. So you can see here, these safeties, while they're doing interesting coverage, they're not coming up and fit and run great. Again here, this looks a little bit like it might be a robber-type coverage to me. You've got 4 guys up the line of scrimmage right now, 4 here. He looks to be playing deep. This could be 3, could be robber, but the way he's kind of flat-footed. The way he's flat-footed here leads me to believe it's more of a robber-type coverage than it would be 3. But again, this is a pretty decent run right here. 2nd and 15, it looks like they get 13 on it. So if you can kind of understand where all these blitzers are coming from and pick it up, you can have some big plays. So there will be plays to be had against this defense, despite their aggressiveness. And here's one right here. This one looks more to me like a possible cover 3. It could be that robber look again, but your guys are just going to have to win. Down the field far enough, even zone turns into one-on-one. That's kind of an old adage. You could be running cover 3, but if we're 40 yards down the field, it's basically one-on-one. So you're going to have to win your one-on-ones. If you win your one-on-ones, you're going to have a really good day on offense. If you don't and you let them stay in the game and you struggle winning one-on-one like USF did last year, unable to get separation and unable to make plays on the ball, then it could be a long night. If you're not the best thing you can do for your defense against a triple option offense is move the ball and score. Make the other team have to match you. When you let them dictate the pace of the game and then you give into it by turning the ball over, not converting first downs, giving the ball back quickly, it just causes you to press more, and that's not good. Things don't happen when you got guys out there pressing, trying to make it happen. So that's the key, I think, is going to be a quick start. If you can start fast on offense, win these one-on-one matchups, make sure we got protection against this pressure, you could have a really good day. If you get slow into the game, it could be a little bit tougher than it should be. But it's kind of an interesting matchup for their first game of the Jeff Scott era. You got triple option on offense and an aggressive attacking defense. It's going to be an interesting game to watch this Saturday, that's for sure.